Good morning, everybody. I hope you have done your homework, meditation or mindfulness of body. Hope you have not been lazy, huh? Okay. Anyway, before I start my teaching, together we do all this practice of refuge. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. So we continue the teaching on for mindfulness. That learning and practicing the four mindfulness is the way to calm our mind and to know the true nature of our mind. So this mindfulness as we explained before, it has four different types of mindfulness. Mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the feeling, mindfulness of the mind, and mindfulness of Dharma. So this mindfulness of the the body bringing us back to the body. to listen to our body. To know the true nature of the body. And then the next one is the mindfulness of the feeling. So before the move to the teaching of mindfulness of the feeling, I want to recall the key factors of the mindfulness of the body. The main factors of the mindfulness of the body on the first level, on the basic level, is to mindful of what you're saying. What are you doing? You know, otherwise, our words have so much power. It carries huge impact on the universe. It carries huge impact on the other people's mind. And also, it impacts us deeply, unconsciously. Don't think that I just said the words. No. It goes deep within you. And as I used to say that, the words can save the people and words can kill the people. So what you said, others can hear. By hearing it, it impacts other people's whole being. So before you said the words, before the words coming out of your mouth, you are the master of your own speech. But after words coming out of your mouth, the words released from your mouth, then you become slave. Then you become a victim. You get all the punishment. So this mindfulness of the body is conscious about what we say and doing. Mindful of what we are saying and doing. Because it has consequences, what you said and what you do. Okay, so that the mindfulness of what you're saying, doing is the first level practice of mindfulness of the body that you can do in conjunction with the breathing meditation. Yeah, the next, from the mindfulness of the body, then we move to the mindfulness of the feeling. So mindfulness of the feeling, first of all, why mindfulness of the feeling comes second in line of for mindfulness. Body comes first. Because in order to go to our Buddha nature, the Buddha within us, we have to turn our focus, attention from the outward to the inward. The first turning point from the outward to the inward is to the body. That is more grosser than the feeling. That has the shape, color, and easy to see and touch and feel. After that, then the mindfulness of feeling is second. Why? Because that feeling is subtle than the body. But more grosser than the mind. That's why mindful feeling comes second after the body. And but feeling comes before the mind. So we all know that feeling is a very powerful phenomena in the universe. From one perspective, from one angle, you can say feeling is the everything. Feeling is the driving force in our life. Feeling is the fundamental thing in the universe. Why it is the driving force, you see? Even though it cannot be seen, cannot be touched, cannot be here, but it's driving force. In love, with the feeling of the hope, everything come into being, to grow and accomplish in the universe. With the feeling of fear, everything collapse. With the feeling, then everything connected. Feeling serve as a bridge. But the unmindfulness feeling, then this feeling, instead of serve as a bridge, it serves as a wall. Between us and other. Yeah, so this so when you are the mindful of your feeling, then you, in a plain language, you'll be able to manage your feeling in a constructive way. Each one of us is capable of managing our feeling. Huh? That capacity, that ability, that potential is born with us. So this feeling, when which you to manage your feeling in a positive way. It's first of all, the first fundamental thing to be able to manage well is you have to trust yourself. You must have a confidence in yourself. You must know and tell yourself that I myself is capable of handling it. This is the fundamental thing first. And then that's the intention. The second is the method. There are many methods to how to handle our feeling in a realistic way. You know, especially the feeling of destructive emotion, like anger, jealousy, and so forth. The fear. So all the stress, tension, worry, all this. Many of you might heard this many times from me, but since there are quite a few, many new students, so I would like to say this again. The way to handle this stress, tension, worry, fear, all this, we have been using two methods in the world. One is suppressed, another is expressed. Yeah. So generally speaking, in the East, in the East, we suppressed it. You see, when when you are young, you get angry at your home. Your parent asks you, "Stop! Get angry. Behave well. Oh, behave well." Yes. So swallow. Anger. School, all teachers says the same thing. Stop anger, behave well. You swallow. Everywhere you go, when you get angry, you say behave well, huh? When you get angry, you swallow. Swallow too long, then one day a volcano erupt. Wow, volcano erupt, huh? That's the we use is in the East. But in the West, you say no suppress, has to express it. So one of first time go to the West is Italy in 1997. That's the first time I really exposed to the reality of the Western society. So when I was in Italy, I found out that the Italian people are very expressive, huh? Whatever emotion they have, they express it. They're quite humorous, nice, So when they get angry, really angry, throughout, trembling, shivering, with shouting and yelling. Wow, for me, first, Mamma Mia. First time for me, Mamma Mia. That's very overwhelming for me. But later, many people do quite often. Then later on, I found out that the psychologist, the psychiatry, told them it's better to express your emotion than suppress, to handle the emotion, to deal with the emotion. Yes, I agree. That's true. Express is better than suppress. But when I say is suppress, I'm saying verbally not expressing. I'm saying express, yeah, express. In the East, we don't, does not mean that we don't express at all. We express it. 80% express in a unverbalized. We express it through physical language, through facial expression. But verbally expressed in the East, no. So the West, they verbally express like this. Huh? So when you verbally express like this, that expression is, even though it's better than suppress, but that express is not a good solution. It's not a nice method. It's not a beautiful expression. Why? Because I say this express is not a favorable method to deal with the emotion, because you see, it's really short. It's a very short version, very narrow version. Why I said that? When you express, it has some drawbacks, shortcomings. Even though you feel released, but release is just temporary. First shortcoming or the drawback is when you express, it goes very deep within you. Live on your consciousness, a deep seat, strong seat. When you express your anger, shouting, yelling, then it goes very deep on your being. Leave a strong seat on your consciousness. The second drawback, shortcoming, negative consequences of this expression of your anger outside is you throw a garbage in the universe. You throw a negative energy in the universe. What do you expect in return? Every action is equal and opposite reaction. You get the negative reaction. What comes around, what goes around, what comes around. What you plant, you reap the result. You see? And when you express, it really impact the mental state of other beings greatly, severely. So you might, a question arises within you. If I have the emotional problem, stress, tension, worry, fear, anger, or anxiety, how do I deal with it? How do I manage it? How do I handle this? I cannot handle with suppress. I cannot handle with express. The Buddha, awakened one, the wisdom being, gave us a very skillful method. That method is what? I sum up in 3 words. Undo what and drop. Undo, first thing, when you have any emotional problem, like anger at the workplace with your boss. If boss mistakenly criticizes you in front of everybody, our normal habitual reaction is what? Either we get angry, then shout, yield, trembling with the boss, or we go away, shut the door, live alone, depressed. Or we get distracted by taking or drinking alcohol, or taking drugs, or playing games, and so forth. That is our normal reaction. All of these 3 reactions has negative consequences. So we feel later on, we feel regret. We feel shame, embarrassed. This undermines your, if you are your professional work, undermines the effectiveness of work, your relationship with your boss, and so forth. That's our normal reaction. Unmindful reaction, unconscious reaction. Do we have no choice? You have to respect, react like this? No, we have a choice. Not only choice, we have ability, as I said before, not to react, to respond. I say, to respond. React is a bad habit. Unmindful, unconscious act. The response is a realistic act. Wise move. So when you are how to respond in such a situation, the first thing, undo, means use the mindfulness. At that time, when you have feeling of anger, the first thing is you use the mindfulness of recognizing you are in anger. You are in anger. First thing to realize is you realize you are in anger. You are in aversion. You are in boiling. Huh? So first thing that you say, mindful, I'm in anger. So I don't do anything that undo. I don't say anything, I don't do anything. That's the first method of mindfulness. Mindfulness of undo. Don't do anything. You're conscious. You're boiling, but you have to conscious. I don't say anything, I don't do anything. Because whatever you say, whatever you do is negative. That's the first. Undo practice. Remember this, huh? Then second, anger is there still, right? But not expressing it from your speech, from your physical action, not verbalizing it. The second thing, and since anger is there, so you have to watch it. To watch it, if you feel uncomfortable, to stand still in front of the boss and all the colleagues in your office, stand still, watch. You feel it uncomfortable, then you can go to your restroom, and close the door, and sit on the restroom, relax, and watch your anger. Don't suppress, huh? Don't say, I'm angry, I want to suppress. No, don't, huh? I don't like anger, huh? No, at that time you never say, I'm bad. No, never say, huh? Never ever say I'm bad. Because whatever you, at that time, you say to the anger, you're giving energy to the anger. You are giving vitamin, food to anger. Anger becomes more stronger. Don't get involved yourself in the anger. Don't engage in self-criticism. What you do is, don't suppress, just watch anger. Watch anger. You are not anger. Anger is there. You are here. You are just watching. You are just witnessing the anger. Having out of curiosity, look at the anger. So then what happens? Anger lose its own strength. And anger feels shy. Then slowly lose its energy and dissolves into its own origin, into the mind, the emptiness. It arises from emptiness, empty space, and dissolves back into its origin, empty space. So this is the second method. Watching. Watching. When I say watching, just watching, you don't get involved in it. You are here, anger is there, just watching. After watching, anger disappeared into emptiness. Then what you need to do is temporarily dissolved into the emptiness. But we are very clever of bringing it back. We have a bad habit to dig the nasty things, bring it back into our memory. We're very good at meditating on it. So after it dissolves into the emptiness, it goes away anger on its own through the force of watching. Then you have to drop it. Drop it. Don't live in the memory. Don't live in the memory means live in the past. Live in the past means your, what do we call, perfect witch hunting. That's what I like that word sometimes. This word express the Donald Trump. Yeah, this, it's gone, it's finished, it's non-existent. Don't keep going, go there. Why? You see, you don't want to suffer. You don't want pain, but you keep digging the pain, keep digging the suffering. This is irony of the life. This is the paradoxical part of the life. You don't want pain, but you dig the pain. You see? That's why we confuse. How come? I don't want the pain. I don't want to be miserable. I don't want to be tortured. But what do? You do totally opposite. You do exactly what you do not want. You dig. Bring all the memory back. So for this, you have to drop it. The third method, drop it. You have to tell yourself, drop it. If you tell yourself, drop it, then mind will listen to you. When you say drop it, it will drop. Say 1, 2, 3. Whenever it comes back, this memory comes back, that which hand comes back, you say drop it. You say, I don't want suffering. I don't want the pain. Drop it, you have to say. Yeah. So this is you can apply this in dealing with all the emotional crisis. Any stress, tension, worry, fear, jealousy, whatever shortcoming you have, you can apply this 3 method with the mindfulness of feeling. Mindfulness of undo, anger comes, dance. All this, as I explained, you can apply this with all feeling problem. So this and then you might wonder, with this practice, this is practical. This is practical. Day-to-day life we face every day, almost. Especially when you work in a stressful area situation. So when you apply this, you apply this with apply this. If you win one time, then you will win all the time. Then it gives a great the confidence within you. Then that's the way it builds your inner strength. Okay, mindfulness of the feeling with this disturbing, this is the way to dealing with the disturbing feeling. Normally, many of this disturbing feeling in the first place comes from our desire for the pleasant feeling. Attached to have a pleasant feeling, nice feeling, beautiful feeling. There's no, this feeling, the beautiful feeling, nice feeling that we feel with our five senses came to contact with the five objects, pleasant object. But that feeling, you see, our normal feeling, pleasant feeling, it's very shallow. It's very hollow. Very short life. Oh, yesterday, you have a great feeling. Then you joy, huh? Very happy. You smile, you laugh, you sing the song, dance. You feel the great Alexander, as if you are in the higher rebirth, huh? In the heaven, huh? In the Pure Land, huh? You're very happy. But today, huh? You're angry, shouting, yelling, depressed. So much anger and boiling fire within you, as if you are living in the hell. This morning feels beautiful. This afternoon
Now,
feels very ugly.
can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you now. Good enough. Yep.
Just a moment ago,
Chị nói nè.
I'm very happy. The next moment, I'm sad, you see. This what we call the pleasant feeling with desire. It has no depth, it has no height.
Vậy, okay. Do you hear me, everyone?
It has no the root, no ground. It comes and goes. It comes and goes like a white sky in the windy sky.
Thì nói nha, tại vì nghe thấy tự nhiên ai
Comes and goes. You see. So that's caused by the desire to the pleasant, what we call pleasant feeling. That which is very transitory. That desire to work with that desire is you have to meditate. You have to think, what? Oh, I come here to this world. When I come here, I come me alone and empty-handed. When I go alone with empty-handed. So I'm just a traveler, passing through. I'm just a visitor. Visit here for a short time. Then I leave. Then I leave. So what's the point of desire for the visitor to attach? What's the point of for the visitor to attach for the temporary things in this hotel that you checked in? You are going to check out pretty soon. Maybe it could be tomorrow. Maybe it could be tonight. Many goes to sleep and did not wake up next morning. It could be me. What guarantee you have that it will not be you? Where's the security? The only security in the graveyard, only in the samsara. Huh? If you're seeking for security, huh? In the graveyard, only. So this way of thinking is called analytical meditation of mindfulness, of feeling. It's very powerful to dealing with the very root of stress, tension, worry, fear, anger, and all the delusion. This way of thinking consumes all of them, makes all the delusion paralyzed, cripples. Huh? So if you meditate like this, huh, then what you will become? Oh, you will become like a Buddha. You will become like a the master, His Eminence Shodan Rinpoche, who always remain unmoved by praise or criticize. Remain unmoved by gain or lost. Remain unmoved by comfortable or uncomfortable. Nothing can move him. Nothing can influence him. He stays like a immovable Mount Everest. Huh? No wind can blow. No one he is always remain the same. I'm not he's always like a Vajra diamond, immovable. From my first life, from the first time I see him until the last breath, he's always in silence and unmoved. You see, first time when in 2014, in Taiwan, when we go to take him to see the doctor, and he went through a whole test. So when we go to hear the test from the doctor told him, now you have a stomach cancer. When I hear that, I hesitate to tell him, but he knows. He knows right away, but he remained exactly the same, unmoved. Not even an inch of his body moved. Not exactly the same, just before and after same, no any different. And then in 2015, in July or August, August, he know he's going to go. He told me he's going to go. He's telling this out of authority. Something like out of joy, you see. The mindfulness people even cannot moved or threatened by the death. Yeah. You see. So what is the time?
11. No, 11. 7.
Okay. Okay. I ask go a little bit. For this mindfulness of the practicing mindfulness of the feeling, then if you continue to do it, you get two benefits. One is you become skillful how to deal with your stress, tension, worry, and all the emotional problem. and you'll be able to remain unmoved by things that happened. Uncontrollable things happened around you. You become not habitual reactor. You know, our normal reaction to the things happen in our life. It's very destructive. Very easy to get influence from outside. Even a small, as I said, small words that hurt you so much, hurt us so much. We are very fragile. When you are not mindful, very fragile. So people can they easily manipulate you. Easily do the exploitation. Easy to become the toy of other people. You know, other people knows which button of yourself that needs to be pressed. Then so you're like a machine, huh? Switch on, switch off. Your switches of your life is not on your hand, on the hand of other people. But when you practice this mindfulness, the feeling, then you become firm, strong, inner strength. You gain slowly, slowly. So this mindfulness of the feeling, to go a little bit further, to go a little bit detail. What's the feeling? Feeling. There's a feeling is not in the outside, it's within us. It is a part of the mind.
Perasaan itu ada di dalam dia, ada bagian dari itu.
The mind has two. I'm going to explain a little bit the deeper. Okay, don't think that I'm this you need to understand for the purpose of long run benefit. So mind has two, primary mind and secondary mind. Primary mind and mental factor, we call it mental factor, Sim. Primary mind and mental factor. So the feeling is primary mind, and the mentality, consciousness, they are same. So what is primary mind? Primary mind means mind that apprehend the general identity of the object. For example, if you look at the lotus flower, the mind that observes the image of the lotus flower. Oh, this is a lotus flower. That's called primary mind. Then the mental factor. The mental factor, the feeling is the part. Feeling is not the primary mind. It's a mental factor. Mental factor is the mind that apprehends or observes the particular aspect of that object. For example, in the lotus flower, if we look at the lotus flower, the mind that sees that a particular aspect of the lotus flower, like its base, its shape, its color, and so forth. That state of mind called mental factor. So there are 51 mental factors. I'm not going all this detail. Huh? I just explain a little bit about there's a feeling out of these 51 mental factors. 5 mental factor is the most important thing. 5 mental factor is all called accompanying mental factor. This 5 mental factor always with every movement of the mind, thoughts and emotion, this 5 mental factor is always together with that which are what choa dushi samba yelechekba rekpanga choa feeling first one choa dushi discrimination choa dushi samba intention choa dushi samba yelechekba contact rekpa attention. So these 5 always whatever we think, whatever we thought, they are always together. They are not so for example, when you look at the lotus flower, you look at the beautiful lotus flower, the mental factor feeling is when you look at the lotus flower, then this feeling experience the pleasant, unpleasant, and the neutral of that lotus flower. That's a feeling, huh? When you look at the lotus flower. So the discrimination mental factor is mental factor. When you look at the lotus flower, you discriminate. Oh, this is the color of lotus flower. This is the shape of lotus flower. This is the lotus flower that in the mud and so forth. With this, you know lotus flower from other object. Discriminating. Knowing lotus flower by discriminating its distinctive feature and from other object. Discrimination. Third one is dushi samba, intention. Intention means when you look at the lotus flower, the mind that moves yourself to the lotus flower. That's called intention. Then the dushi samba yilichewa. Contact means contact is a mental factor that sees the pleasant or unpleasant or neutral of that lotus flower, which that serves as a base of the feeling, and the feeling of pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. So the last fifth one, attention. Attention is a mental factor that helps you to focus your mind on the object, like a lotus flower. You focus on lotus flower. So this five man cannot perform any function. But this five mental factor is not separate entity of the mind. Mind is like the prime minister, and five mental factor coming is like a cabinet minister, not like separate. This five mental factor is a part of the mind. The feeling, you see, part of the mind. Discrimination is a part of the mind. Intention is a part of the mind, you see. So they are the mind, not separate from the mind, but not the primary mind. It's like a sun and sunlight. Sun is like the mind. Sunlight is like a mental factor. Sunlight coming from sun, you see, right? So the feeling and all this coming from the mind. So what I'm trying to explain, why do Buddha explain this, is because Buddha wants us, in order to experience the joy, the peaceful, you have to develop a virtual state of the mind. So you have to know this. In order to avoid the pain and suffering, you have to remove the non-virtual state of the mind. Yeah. So anyway, this is just brief explanation. The feeling, here we are focusing on the feeling. Feeling is the experience, pleasant thing or unpleasant thing or neutral. Huh? So the feeling, pleasant feeling, only who? Buddha, when you awakened, when you are fully mindful, you only experience pleasant feeling. The Buddha experienced only pleasant feeling. The God, the beings in the desire or form realm and formless realm. There are three realms in samsara. In desire realm, formless realm. In the form realm and the formless realm, they only experience feeling of pleasure and feeling of neutral, no feeling of suffering. The beings in the desire realm, like us, we are in the desire realm. Beings in the desire realm, then we have three feeling experience every day. Pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, neutral feeling. But when we sleep, in the sleep now, we only experience neutral feeling. No pleasant, no unpleasant, only neutral feeling. But in the dream, now we have all three feelings. So the feeling, how do we feel, you see? How do we feel normally? Feeling is you experience the result of your action, result of the karma. So result of the karma is actually not on the object, it's on the subject. The result of karma not on outside, it's here, ripening result. A ripening result of the karma is not on the outside. It looks like it's on the outside, but it's in the inside. Inside, where, for example, not outside, I said, for example, you came to contact with somebody. Then you feel unpleasant with this person, huh? I feel unpleasant. This unpleasant feeling is the result, ripening result of the karma. Result is here, not on that person. It's your feeling. If that person is the result of karma, then other people, you see, come into contact with that person. Other person might be feeling different than you, feeling pleasure with that person. So that means the feeling is the ripening result of the karma. It's inside. Huh? So there are three types of feeling. One way I explain. Feeling of pleasure, feeling of unpleasant, feeling of neutral. Right? From the point of the body and the mind, there are two kinds of feeling. Feeling of physical body that are associated with the five sense consciousness. Then there's the mental feeling that is not associated with the five sense consciousness. That is associated with your mind, consciousness. Another way of looking at the feeling is there's a two kinds of feeling. Contaminated feeling and uncontaminated feeling. Contaminated feeling, general our feeling is like contaminated feeling. Contaminated feeling, the feeling that when you have that kind of feeling, pleasant feeling, you develop desire. Oh, I want this kind of feeling. This is very yummy. This is very beautiful. And it gives rise to desire. If unpleasant feeling, that's why it's called contaminated. Unpleasant feeling comes, you don't like it. Because you don't like it, this gives you anger. a neutral feeling. There's neither pleasant nor unpleasant, then it gives you the ignorant. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So anyway, today it's going too long teaching. So the mindfulness of the feeling are not yet finished. The analytical meditation about the mindfulness of the feeling finished. Analytical. The single pointed meditation of mindfulness of feeling not yet finished. So we do need to practice the analytical meditation of mindfulness of the feeling. So this from today until the next session, next Sunday, I want you to learn, study what I've said about this mindfulness of feeling. Learn, study, and then analyze, think about it, think it. Whatever you hear, you think. That thing you call analytical meditation, contemplate its meaning. Whatever today, whatever you hear from this ear, here, don't let go from that ear. Whatever you hear today from here, you stay. Let it stay within you. To stay within you, then you have to learn, study it. Not only stay, that Dharma has to sink within you. For this, you have to analyze, meditate. So this process of studying, contemplating, meditating, that's called analytical meditation. So I want you to every day you study this, contemplate. That's called analytical meditation. Okay. So I stop here. I take one or two questions. Okay.
Okay.
I don't see the image.
Okay, I will put the image. Okay, Eric.
I don't see
Eric
the image.
Chu. Erickson Chu.
It's a long time.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you start your video, Erickson?
You can put this over there.
Okay, now.
Rinpoche, Tashidele Rinpoche.
Oh, that's the.
Rinpoche, I just want to ask a question on behalf of those who are not really experienced on the meditation of feelings, okay? Such
Yes.
as someone might, when somebody are in anger, for example, okay?
Yes.
So, when they focus on the anger itself, sometimes it will like the next story come out. The more they meditate, the more they become anger. So what is your advice for to clarify this obstacle?
Yeah. When you dealing with the anger, you have to distinguish between the just watching and getting involved. When you get involved, you think that you are watching. What is not watching? you are getting involved in it. That intensifies the anger. You give the energy to the anger. You put the fuel on the fire. You get more angry. Anger becomes rage. Outrage. So, and when you look at the anger, don't think that I'm angry or I'm anger. No. When you say I'm angry, I'm anger, then you are giving the fuel to the anger. Anger is there. You are here. Two different things. As if you are watching the movie, huh? When you watch the movie, you're just an actor, huh? Don't think I'm an actor, huh? Or I'm an actress, huh? You are the watcher. Anger is the object of watching. You just look. Just watch, nothing else. Huh? Don't judge anger. Don't do anything other than witnessing, seeing it. You are witness. That's right. Even don't bring the intention or anger will go away. No. That's thinking, huh? If I do this, anger will go away. No. You just watch it. Then anger will dissolve on its own. Okay. Next one.
Okay. Senior, you can talk now.
Tashidele Rinpoche, thank you for your teaching. My question is, so when you talk about the feelings and you talked about the method of not suppressing but also not expressing, you only talked about the emotion of anger. My question is, does this method apply to other emotions like joy or very happy, and does it only apply to these extreme emotions like extreme joy or extreme sadness,
Okay.
or also more different levels of the emotion, like normal level of emotion?
Yeah. Yes. You can apply this method. That method is very skillful. Very amazing method. Huh? Incredibly amazing method. To all types of emotion, or any types of emotion, even for the great pleasure, great joy that you have, you see that great joy. Normally what we experience, great joy, is not really a joy. Because it's really a joy, it will not disturb our sleep. You're very joyful, yeah? Sometimes it disturbs your sleep, you couldn't sleep. Too happy. Yeah, because you see, when you watch it, the amazing part of it is we're not trying to the joy that we experience in our life. We're saying this is not good. No, huh? We're not trying to become a feeling less. Huh? not trying to become feelingless, like taking a narcotic, drugs. No, when you watch it, you know it better. You know it well. Then, when you know it better, know well, then what happened? Next time, when you like to have such experience, you can bring it up without any attachment, without any desiring. For the extreme suffering also needs to be watched very carefully. Suffering has a depth and height. The pleasure has no depth and height. Suffering, when you're really suffering, then it gives the awakening. Then you really feel the life. Then you really, it serves as a whistleblower, alarm clock, strong alarm clock to wake you up. That's why Buddha, how Siddhartha become a Buddha. How Siddhartha become the Buddha Shakyamuni? Because he experienced the depth of the suffering of other people. That awakens him. You see, he did not awaken when he is in the palace, before he see the real nature of the life, the birth, the aging, the death, sickness. Before he sees this, he is just a prince, happily enjoying in the palace, think that this is the life, this is the reality. If Buddha did not see this earlier, the reality of the depth of the suffering, he will not be awakened. There's no whistleblower. There's no alarm clock. He enjoys the life, the happiness. That has no depth, that has no height. Just passing life. So the man without experience the depth of the suffering has no backbone, no scale bone, no bone marrow, don't know about life. And then that man becomes very certain. There's no certainty. Everything is uncertain. But the very certain thing about man is, man without go through the depth of the suffering, he never change. He never grow. So the suffering, there are two ways of go to the Buddha nature, to the very center of our heart. One is from the bottom, one is from the height. One is from the up towards the center, one is from the bottom to the center. Meditation on the suffering is coming to the center from the bottom That from the depth to the center. When you any emotional problem, the strong pain or suffering and depressing, you just watch it. Just watch it. Don't get involved. Don't label anything. Don't project anything on it. Your feeling of suffering. Just watch. Then you know where it's coming from, how it arises. How can you deal with it? Actually, you are already in the process of dealing without knowing you are dealing. Yeah. Okay. And today we are here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we do dedication. We dedicate all the merit that we accumulated in the past, in the future, at the present, including the merit that we created through this teaching and listening, the mindfulness practice. May all the beings to be free from all the disaster and all this crisis, man-made and natural, including this coronavirus. And may they quickly find a cure for this virus. And may all of the beings gain a strength within themselves. Strength within themselves. Who are affected by this particular crisis. And the cause of overcoming and dealing with this is the truth, the love, compassion, and the inner strength. So this Dharma flourish far and wide, every corner of the world. And all the kind of person not necessary to be the teacher, even the doctors, nurses, anyone who is helping this problem, may they also to find strength and hope, and the hope to be realized very soon. And all the enlightenment activity, bodhisattva activity, fulfilled without any obstacle. Oh, Buddha Lama Sanje Royone Roa Jaya Malava Deya Sala Gova Chanjo Sanjo Remboche Maje Bananje Jochi Yewa Nyama Ewa Wane Kondo Bewa Me te Lo so ra Jala so Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.